Yeah.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we're back for Pro Wrestling Tonight. It's the Prez. Once again here with magnificent Drey Breeze himself. How you doing, Drey?
I'm doing great. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, man. So it's getting a bit nicer weather out. We got the NBA playoffs going. We got the NHL playoffs going here in Canada.
Stressful to be a sports fan right now, especially me. All my teams are in the playoffs right now in both sports. So
Pittsburgh fucking going super late, and they're playing right now.
Yeah.
Against the Rangers. That's a great series. And yeah, so we're going to keep on with the wrestling. Some of the shows, like Rampage, is going to be at like 5:30 at Friday afternoon. It reminds me of the old school Impact time. Remember when Impact? It was on Friday afternoons back in the day.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, early afternoon. I mean, late afternoon, early evening. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Even their pay-per-views used to start at like 6 o'clock or something. It was really early.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they had a weird time slot at first.
Yeah,
but I think it's cool sometimes. Switch it up, and more kids could watch. So
yeah, it's good for the young ones to be able to stay up and watch it. Yep.
Yeah. So before we get into like Dynamite and AEW and all, let's mention local wrestling news first. We'll switch it up this week. There's a show tomorrow as of recording time. So Friday night, it's Lutte BCW au Vieux Saint Martin, Volume 2.
Nice.
It's going to be in Saint Martin. It's at a bar. Admission générale, 15 piastres. Let's see if we can see any of the wrestlers who are going to be there. BCW champion, Zach Patterson. Sera sur place.
Any relation to Pat Patterson, or it's just a play on the name?
It's an homage name.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I get it.
His dad is Bertrand Hébert, who wrote the book about Andre the Giant. He wrote the book about Quebec wrestling. Okay. His dad's an author. Yeah. So he's like a rookie. He's a rookie, but he's champion of BCW already. Good. Then you got Le Défi Ouvert, Comte de 5. That's old school. Spike, who kind of reminds me of King Kong Bundy, taking on Big Jerry, who I've never seen, but I like the name.
Jerry. Yeah, Big Jerry. He went simple. His name's Jerry, and he's big.
And he's Jerry. Big. Or maybe it's an ironic nickname, and he's not that big.
Yeah.
Tag team match. Dad Bod Squad taking on the Skulls Club.
That's awesome. The Dad Bod Squad. I like that.
Yeah, they also another great name. Another great name indeed. Then we got Le Dernier Guerrier, Jason Gray, taking on L'Adorable Steve Ace. Two known Quebec wrestlers.
Yeah. That's the key main event.
Yeah, that should be a good one. We got and then Jason Pizziclair from Sorel.
Yeah, the homie.
Yeah, he's taking on Alex Cooper, accompanied by Billy Gann, who's just nuts. Alex Cooper, the party man.
Yeah.
Then ruthless Ryan Donovan from Ontario, taking on l'imprévisible Frank Evans. Two young guys. That should be good. And then a women's match, the Championnat Féminin ALE, Danny Leo, who I guess is a newer wrestler, taking on veteran and champion Marie-Lee Rose. So that looks like a pretty good show. I'd go to that.
Yeah.
So local news, ladies and gentlemen. People check that out. Now, Drey, let's get into Dynamite. How did you like Dynamite last night?
I thought it was a good episode. I mean, nothing extravaganza, but it was good. It was good wrestling, good matches, good booking. I really enjoyed the main event. I guess we'll get to the main event, but yeah. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was a good event. You know what I mean? It was a good show.
Yeah, it was good. It had some good segments. It built up some good stuff. It felt like we seen some guys we hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And but it also felt like they didn't give us everything on purpose. They toned it down. Like Punk wasn't even on the show.
No, he wasn't. That's true. He wasn't even in the building.
No, that's it. So
So
yeah. But
yeah,
yeah, so the first match, Jeff Hardy taking on Bobby Fish in an Owen Hart tournament qualifier.
he was
I was
good.
thinking, Jeff Hardy, do you think they'll ever use him in a main event role in AEW, or is he only going to be like kind of a nostalgia act, kind of a tag team act?
I think he's going to be more of a nostalgia act at this stage in his career and have a tag team act. I mean, he might have at one point a storyline that takes him to a main event or to a card, a higher card there, but their card is so stacked with younger guys that are well known that have been champion in WWE also before. So they don't really need Jeff Hardy to be in a main event thing. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
so
yeah, he's
unless he
definitely gonna.
negotiated that in his contract or something that he wants to have at least one run at a mid card or something belt, I don't see why they would even, you know what I mean?
He still gets great reactions though, you know. Like when he
Yeah,
came out, I was just thinking like, man, like, yeah, like I was thinking exactly what you're thinking, but then like at the same time though, this guy has done a lot in wrestling, but like
he had,
WWE was using him like absolute shit. So
yeah. No, I mean, they're not going to use him like shit. I mean, he's there. He's with his brother. They're the Hardys. Will they get a run at the tag team titles? Yeah, for sure. I think they might even be at one point tag team champions. But I mean, him individually, is there enough room and is it valued enough to push him to the top, to have a title and all of that? I mean, even this match was an okay match, but it was two mismatched styles. Bobby
yeah,
Fish is more
that's a
ground and
thing.
pound, technical, and Jeff Hardy's more invisible, high flying. But at this point, he doesn't even really high fly that much anymore. He just throws his body around, and you know what
Kind of
I'm
like the
saying? Like,
greatest hits, but he'll do something insane every once in a while, like
exactly. Even the finishing move, like his senton bomb that he does, like on the AEW page, I think it was Beyond Three Count on Instagram. They show the finishing move, him jumping to do the senton, and then they slow it down with no volume. And then when he hits Bobby Fish, the volume kicks back on, and you hear the people go the pop. It's crazy. But his back bends, dude. His back bends like
rubber
it's
bands.
crazy.
The guys are
Oh
freaking
yeah,
rubber bands.
like you have to say to yourself, at his age, how many santons does he still have?
True. Yeah, you can't be doing that at like 60 years old. For sure not.
No.
For sure not.
Oh hell no. It will crack at one point. It'll
We don't
just
want to
stay.
see him just not land it.
No, exactly. You don't want to see him try it and just not get up. You know what I'm saying? Or
Exactly.
something
That would
like
just be
you're just
so.
like, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because his whole wrestling style is that it's crazy. He was the first Daredevil, if you ask me. Like in terms of jumping off of high shit, like a madman, it was him.
It's almost like, yeah, like he like infused like almost backyard style into like pro wrestling.
Exactly, exactly. There's never really any wrestling lockups with him, or you know what I'm saying. If you notice, there's not really any of that when you watch him
No, no,
wrestle.
he definitely has his own unique style. And as you were saying, like I thought it was an interesting match going into it on paper, but they didn't really gel well here. Like his style doesn't necessarily gel well with everyone, and that was the case here. And these two are really good. It's just that happens sometimes.
Yeah, it's very hard to like, and I'm sure they noticed it themselves when they were talking about. It's like, how do you match these two styles?
And
Like just going through a whole match, like in a tag team match. Yeah, well, Riley can get in. You can move around with another guy and stuff. It was just awkward. Sometimes
yeah,
Bobby was trying to give him kicks, like MMA type kicks, and Hardy's just not taking it well. You know what I mean? He's just not into that type. Like he's just
Yeah,
like
he
it was
doesn't maybe
really,
know how to sell it that well
yeah, it
necessarily.
just wasn't selling well. You know what I mean? I was just like, oh, so I
Yeah,
didn't like the
and
beginning.
one thing that WWE has an advantage over AEW is that with the house shows, most of the time when guys wrestle each other on TV, they've wrestled each other at house shows many times. Like this legitimately probably was the first time these guys ever wrestled ever. And no matter how good you are, if like a guy has wrestled another guy like 1,000 times, the match is going to come out way smoother,
Yeah, exactly. You usually have a feel for the guy, like how to lock up, how to move, where he's gonna be. Exactly. This was just really like pulling a lottery slot of all the guys on the roster and two of them slowing down, and it's
Yeah.
this guy, this guy. It was like, okay, yeah, let's try to make this work. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
It was okay.
exactly. Yeah, it was okay, like you said.
I
Yeah,
even
so
thought the
Hardy,
ending was weird. So, what,
yeah,
whatever.
Hardy pulls out the win. And yeah, just with the straight swanton. And yeah, Bobby Fish doesn't qualify for this Owen Hart tournament, but Adam Cole had like kind of guaranteed that he would. So I don't know, Bobby Fish. I don't know. It's very complicated with the undisputed elite.
I see this as at the end of the day, you couldn't make all of the fucking guys qualify. Like Kyle O'Reilly's already qualified. Adam Cole's qualified. What are you going to do? Make Bobby Fish qualify also? And the whole goddamn tournament on the guy bracket's going to be guys from the undisputed
Yeah, no,
elite
exactly.
together. Like at one point, one of them has to not be in there. Otherwise it's just going to be confrontation unless you're planning on having a split done already in the faction, which I don't see happening because in just a parallel in other news, Roderick Strong has asked for his release again
Yeah.
from the WWE, which he apparently has asked a few times over the months and they're just not giving it to him.
Well, that's their right, but it sucks for him. Yeah, well, they sent him to NXT UK. Like,
Yeah.
what a pun! Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with NXT, nothing wrong with the UK, but like, send the guy like across the world to probably make no money.
Yeah,
This
or
guy
just the
should
fuck.
be like a star on TV.
Yeah, and it's just like let's jail you because the other three left and they're having a pop on the other show. So we're gonna take our rage out on you
Yeah,
because you're still here,
it's so
And then he's
petty.
like, yeah, it's really petty. The WWE does it all the time. And I'm not saying it's Vince McMahon doing this. I'm saying the people that work under him that we don't see these people on TV. So it's not Triple H, it's not, Bruce Pritchard. It's the guys working under these guys, the guys that we don't know who the hell they are. Steve Carlson. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
these
yeah.
fucking executives that run around backstage that have no in-ring wrestling experience. Nobody knows who the fuck they are. They are hired from some fucking TV company. These guys are the ones that create this type of fucking bullshit and that fuck up the locker room in the back in the WWE. It's
Yeah,
those
the whole corporate like
the
structure.
corporate people. Yeah, corporate people that have a corporate structure. The
Yeah,
suit and ties that go see Vince McMahon on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? Like those guys. They're the ones who fucking make these drastic fucking moves that are stupid as fuck. Even the fans are like, why are you doing this? But we
yeah,
don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Unless you start looking at WWE corporate page, going through all the fucking names of the guys. You know what I mean? Like nobody knows these fuckers.
that's it.
And
They're just
they're probably fired so often too. There's probably a big revolving door in their where they work too, which is why they probably do that. They're probably like that because their job is probably like
yeah, that's just like the way it works in their world.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
So yeah, so then second matchup, we get Blackpool Combat Club against the Butcher, the Blade, and Angelico. Not accompanied by Andrade. Pretty sure they're not with him anymore. I don't understand what's going on with that.
No, see, this is something I hope that they don't do in AEW that they really enjoy doing in WWE. It's like, oh shit, we've hit a wall. We don't know what the fuck's going on. Let's just shut the light and pretend, and maybe nobody
Yeah,
will know.
I know. WWE has really started doing that countless times in the past number of years. Like with the Eric Rowan with the like animal in the cage thing.
Yeah, and then just one
Just
point
an
they just,
example.
yeah, they just, and then at one point it just stops. And it's just like,
Because
what happened
like
to
they
this
didn't
match?
have an ending for it. They just thought of an
Yeah,
idea. It went nowhere. They're like, well, now we're fucked. Okay, stop doing it.
yeah. Oh, this is not working, but let's not write it. Let's not write it off. You know
No,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
let's
It's,
just
oh, this is
stop
not.
like acknowledging it.
Yeah, let's just pretend. If we close our, it's like that. I always use this. It's that example of that great episode of The Simpsons where Homer goes, Marge goes to him, "What are you gonna do?" He's like, "I'm just gonna lock myself in the closet and sit there and pretend everything will fix itself." You know what I mean? Like, no, it's not. It's not going to fix itself
No,
if you don't
exactly.
fix it.
Yeah. I really hope that, as you said, I really hope that that is not the case. Um, Andrade, we've seen him in a match recently against Darby, that coffin match. So maybe they're just like selling that he's injured for a couple of weeks. I hope that's the case. But they
Yeah,
also didn't explain why Angelico was with them. But Angelico was with the Hardy family.
yeah. So the whole Hardy family went over
Yeah,
to.
exactly. But we hadn't seen like that. We hadn't seen Angelico or Jack Evans
No,
really.
because they've been in AAA. They've been back in AAA wrestling recently and stuff. So that's why. But then you bring him in without, and what makes me mad about it, it would have taken 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, last week's episode or
Just
Friday's
showing up or
episode,
something.
them showing up, them arguing with Andrade or something, just saying, listen, you're a loser. My check bounced. You know what I mean? Like, have somebody say something like that. Oh yeah, by the way, your check
Yeah,
bounced.
like forget like and just like they
And
ditch
just
him and
like
they're
push him, shove him with a fucking check in his hand. You know what I mean? Like, and Andrade's like, my money's good, my money's good. You know what I mean? Yeah, like your career, and have them walk off. Because he lost the coffin match. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
So you
exactly.
so you break up the family by having them just go their separate ways. It takes 10 minutes. Just
At
have
least
them
it's
argue,
something, yeah. At least then
and
the
then
fans
people will be like,
understand.
and then the fans will probably be like, yeah, that was a good move. That fucking shit was going nowhere. Instead, you just pretend nothing ever existed. Now we're in a mystical universe. That's right, nothing exists.
And we're trying to figure it out while the match is going on. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, is Andrade, and people, and at the end of the day, AEW are Mark fans. It's smart fans.
Oh
Half
yeah,
of them
that's
were in the
definitely
crowd
the
going. They were all in the crowd going, where's Andrade? Where's Andrade? Are Private Party going to come out and storm the ring and help the other guys out? What's going to go on? What angle of it? Nothing happens. The Butcher and the Blade gets fed again, week after week after week after week of just being talent pushovers. You know what I was
yeah.
saying? And they did it again in this match too.
But they looked good in this. I actually thought like it started out with like a big brawl on the outside. I thought that was really cool. Um like Danielson and Moxley, they're doing amazing, but like it's a mid-card role for now. It's cool, but I still don't understand exactly where it's going.
But I think it's not thought through when it could have been something else. They could have had black, I mean, instead they make all three guys come out to their fucking music,
Yeah,
which is
that
the
part I still think sucks.
stupidest thing fucking ever. If you've got a faction, act as a faction. Have Blackpool Fight Club come up on the goddamn screen with t-shirts that you can fucking sell that says Blackpool Fight Club. Have Regal come out with all three of them. Why does he come out only with Yuta? I don't get
Yeah.
that. Have all three guys come out at the same time, all wearing Blackpool Fight Club t-shirts.
And if
That's
they're
how
Blackpool, it's a British. Have like some British band as your song.
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you want to have something wild, something punk rock, play the Sex Pistols or
There
something.
you go. That would be perfect.
God bless.
Exactly.
You know, what's that song? Anarchy in the UK.
Yeah.
You've got money, buy the rights to Anarchy in the UK by Sex Pistols. Drop that shit. Have Blackpool Fight Club come on. Tell me that's not cool. Have those three fuckers come out with William Regal. Now that's intimidating. Having all three come out like they're three separate.
Yeah, they
fucking,
don't look like a unit.
They only look like a unit once they're in the ring beating the shit out of people,
Yeah.
and they shake hands at the end and hold each other's hand up in the air. So they celebrate together, but they don't come to the ring together. Okay, bro. That's not how the Bullet Club got famous, by the way. Like,
No, that's it. It's
what's the
it
most
still
famous
needs
thing?
some work. Like they definitely got to figure that
What's
whole thing out.
Well, speaking of a faction, let's go to an AEW faction. What's cool about the House of Black? Do they not have the coolest fucking entry now?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
The
when they turn the
entrance makes
lights
a
up,
big difference for sure.
dude. The way they walk to the ring, all three of them like that. Now that is how the Blackpool Fight Club should fucking look, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But you got the House of Black looks cooler than two of your biggest paid wrestlers on the fucking roster that have the most popular manager on the roster, and they don't even look as good as the three guys from House of
yeah,
Black,
yeah.
who really
The
look intimidating.
presentation is
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just like, okay.
yeah. But one thing for sure, out of all of this, like Wheeler Yuta is getting like the most benefit out of all of this for sure. Like the fans are really getting behind him week
Oh
after
man,
week.
chanting his name like crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like getting chance, really awesome. And yeah, like I like the violence of this match. I liked it was hard hitting. This one they had good chemistry. I found like the three
Yeah,
versus
the
three.
6 players and the wrestler. Yeah, the
Yeah.
six wrestlers had good. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah,
It
Blackpool
was a
Combat
good.
Club, they come out on top, of course. They continue their domination. I want to see, like, who are they going to go against if they go against as a trio at Forbidden Door, you know?
Yeah,
Is it going to
probably.
be a Bullet Club team maybe, or Chaos, or we don't
It'll
know.
probably be. I would see chaos. I would see probably chaos going up against them. It's left to be seen, but
That's
that
it,
would be
yeah.
good. Now, this is where I want to go with this. Mexico does it. Mexico has you know what I mean? Like trios champion belts.
Yeah.
Why does AEW not have trios champions yet? If you're putting your
Yeah.
people in trios,
Yeah, they have
you've
so
got
many trios.
so many trios, no trios champions.
They
So
could at
what is
least
the
have like
goal?
a yearly trios tournament like Shikara used to have, you know?
Yeah, exactly. To where you win a trophy,
Yeah.
you know, the trios tournament. You know, that should have been the Owen Hart tournament. Here you go. That should have been the Owen Hart Cup tournament. Owen Cup Hart Trios Championship. You know what I mean? Dedicated to Owen Hart. Enter the trio. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you have no fucking reason to have trios.
Yeah,
Because
but they're always grouping guys up in trios.
exactly. If you have factions already, and on top of it, you have smaller factions into trios, it's too many factions.
Well, yeah. That is already definitely an AEW problem. They definitely have too many factions.
You know, I mean, the Jericho
Like the Dark Order. Who was the last time we heard of them? And by the way, here's some other news. One of the few wrestlers now to be apparently let go of AEW. Not 100% confirmed, but from what we could see online, Stu Grayson of the Dark Order, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw that. What happened?
I wish him the best. I'm hoping that his contract was up and they didn't sign an AEW contract because maybe they're going to put him into Ring of Honor. Because I could see with his style, he would be great in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I would like that for him. I hope that's what it
See,
is.
to me, here is a waste of talent that you had at the beginning when you started the company. You recruited these two guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Uno also,
Yeah,
and I mean they were different. They had what you know what I mean. They had their gimmick already. You took their gimmick and blew it up to where it's going to be hard if they want to be who they were basically on the indie scene elsewhere, because you basically took their gimmick and made it a faction.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they kind of gave their gimmick away.
To a faction,
Yeah,
and then fired one of the guys in a way, fired or let go contract wise, or you know what I mean.
yeah,
And I find I find that Uno and Grayson were lost talent that were good. They were a good tag team.
yeah. They got lost in the shuffle at
Um,
some point. We didn't see them. I think it was really and like, uh, I mean, this is kind of how shit works, but like, I think at one point, John Silver got over and they just started using Reynolds and Silver as the go-to team of Dark Order. And
yeah,
then Uno and Grayson got kind of left to the wayside, you know?
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. But at the end of the day, I mean,
But
Uno
you
and
don't
Grayson.
need two tag teams in one faction. Like right away, I can't think of any faction where that really worked or that
Exactly.
even happened. Like NWO might have had multiple tag teams, but like that was NWO. Bullet Club, but that's Bullet Club, you know?
Exactly. But I mean, it was good, but I liked it. Some people didn't like it. I thought it was awesome when Uno would come to the ring and he'd have a bunch of nobodies wearing
Yeah.
masks crawl to the ring, the minions.
Yeah,
And
like they
basically,
could have kept some of those guys too around
yeah,
a bit.
like
I was thinking that the other day.
to me, that's cool. They
It's
made a
different.
chair. They would make a chair for him.
Yeah.
Like the concept of that was next level. They should have stuck with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, if you want to make them more of a bigger faction, you didn't need to bring in so many guys. You could have just brought in, shit, why did I forget his name? Rest in peace, man.
Brody Lee.
You could have just brought Brody Lee in as the big guy that stands behind them. You don't
Yeah.
need to know he's the number one. You know what I mean? And then I would have had Uno always talking to a door, and you never seen who he's talking to. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Leave
But at
it
the end,
like open to like interpretation.
exactly. But then they had to start with all this recruiting. I
Yeah.
found they did that. It was okay. It's a good storyline.
Yeah.
It kind of
Yeah.
messed,
Well,
but
when they turned face, well, they had to turn face because Brody Lee died. But
exactly.
now their gimmick makes no sense as face. Like it has no backbone. It has no
Yeah, it
legs.
has no depth. It has no depth to what it is. It's supposed to be a dark order. It's supposed to be a group of people
Now
that
they
are
look
lost.
like the little rascals that grew up.
Yeah, yeah. It's like they went from being a cult to basically
A bunch of
ex
immature dudes hanging out with one girl.
ex cult members. You know what I'm saying? And to
Yeah.
me, it's kind of like that's what they are. They're a bunch of ex cult members from a cult that the leader got arrested, and now they're living in the real world, but they stayed friends.
Yeah.
You know, and
That is, well, that, yeah, that's basically their storyline. And
it
it
sounds
doesn't
like
seem like they're interested in like deviating from that. They're going to keep the Dark Order as a tribute to Brody Lee, but like these guys, this is their livelihood. Your livelihood can't just be that you're a tribute to someone who died.
at the end of the day, no, it can't. It can't. It has to move on in
Yeah,
a certain way. He would tell you it's
for
ridiculous.
sure. He wouldn't want
Brody'd be
that.
like, man, if we can get him resuscitated, he'd be like, are you fuckers still on this? Like, I'm dead. Are you guys still fucking on this? Like, why didn't you take another leader? Why didn't you turn it around? Yeah, I don't know, man. You could have had the supreme leader and then brought Eric Rowan in. You know what I'm saying? He's there and then he's there and then he's not there. He's a free agent. He's there. Hey, but let's not use him. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. Okay, whatever. Turn the page. No more Dark Order. It's not worth talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Well wishes to Stu Grayson. Can't wait to see him over the summer. Probably somewhere in Montreal at one of our shows. He'll probably be there.
yeah, yeah, hopefully. Yeah. So Starks and Hobbs, Starks and Hobbs, they have a promo interrupted by Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and they basically go back and forth. And Jungle Boy is gonna get an FTW title shot. So they're building up a little feud between these guys. Um, as like I have nothing against that, but it really feels like when they put the titles on Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, the tag team division has really like cooled down, you know?
It has. It has. It's so many good tag teams that should be carrying this title from the. You know what I mean? I mean, okay, you want to make them win, make them win. Let them be champions for a month. Take it away. Too many hot tag teams in this division for these two guys to be a tag team. I mean, with Christian Cage just hanging around, looming there. I mean, like, let's ask Christian, is this what you wanted to do when you wanted to come back to wrestling? And
Yeah, was
WWE
this like
said,
his
and WWE said no. And then AEW said, yeah. And then Impact said, hey, yeah, we'll take Christian and he can wear a title for the second time because
like
he
he's
won.
gotta be the guy who's getting paid the most who like wrestles the least or like does the least. He said like
Like,
10 words on TV, and for sure he's getting paid like 10 grand at least. So he's getting paid like a grand a word. You're a
you know
wrestler.
what
You're
I'm
not like
saying?
a fucking professional speaker here.
Like, what a waste of, like,
It's just
maybe he's injured.
oversigning guys.
I mean, maybe he's injured. I mean, let's face it,
No,
maybe
no.
he's,
I think
no,
they
not
just
even,
told
didn't he
him,
wrestle a couple weeks ago?
yeah,
So I don't know, man. I don't get this collection of older wrestlers if you're not going to use them as to what they are. This guy's still main event status. It's Christian Cage. Jesus Christ, he was Impact's world champion 3 months ago. And
yeah,
when he
that's
was coming
it.
to the ring, people were going crazy.
Like,
And now you've got him standing behind two lackeys, like low luster on your fucking roster, like way low. Like you might as well put him with John Silver and Reynolds. Like
kind of, yeah.
Put Christian Cage with the Dark Order, make him the new leader. Like what the fuck? I think it would be better.
I think it would be better. Yeah,
Like
honestly, like the whole like dynamic between those guys doesn't really make sense. Maybe
like it made
Christian,
more sense when they had the fucking Marco stunt with him.
yeah, no, I know. And like why like it's like they wanted to keep those guys and there you go. They're another trio. And it's like they were adamant about keeping them a trio. Like why? Just they could have just left Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus be a team and see how they do on their own at work.
Exactly. Or get them some awkward manager. Just take some awkward old dude, dress him up like a fucking like that dude
Like
that what's this?
Safari guy,
Yeah, what was his name? Kimchi? Was it
Kimchi,
Kimchi?
yeah.
Like
Oh
bring
man,
back
they should do
Kimchi.
that.
He's still alive. Bring back Kimchi and make him like say, I'm going to take you both to the top and start whipping Jungle Boy with his stick and shit, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
Like
awesome.
it doesn't make sense. It's too Disneyland. Oh God, I can't like.
Yeah. So yeah, so that one is what it is. Next, we get a really awesome segment of Wardlow, who's just so over and so like turning into the next Goldberg in a
It's so
good way.
Goldberg.
In a good way. Like when
Yeah.
Goldberg was like rising in popularity, I remember that, and this reminds me exactly of that. Taking on W. Morrissey, making
Yes.
his first appearance in AEW, who looked
Yes.
really good
Representing.
here.
Yeah, he did represent the Impact. They even said it a couple times,
Yeah,
which I was surprised because hey, I thought they didn't have a working deal anymore because all the smart marks said they're not working together anymore. Well, guess what? They're fucking working together, morons.
yeah,
There was two signed Impact Wrestling contract wrestlers on the fucking show this fucking Wednesday. Sorry for
Exactly.
the
Yeah. So definitely that working relationship is
is
definitely
definitely
strong.
still in effect. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Morrissey did look good. He was amazing in this match. He's looked good over the last few months. Like he looks happy. He looks in
Focused.
control
He's
of.
in good shape. No, he's definitely a talent. I mean, he's had some troubles, but like you can't hold that against a guy forever. It's wrestling. A lot of people have had troubles in wrestling. Like,
Exactly.
you know. So yeah, so Wardlow does great too. And Morrissey, I would like to see more of him in AEW. He's doing good in Impact, so maybe just staying there is cool. But he was a good choice for this whole thing.
Oh yeah, because it just builds Wardlow up even more. I mean, he beats Lance Archer, then he goes to the biggest of the big. I mean, the only thing bigger than Morrissey at this point would be Braun Strowman.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that,
which maybe they'll do that. Maybe they'll do that.
which is the only thing left for Wardlow to overcome as a mountain, which is why I think this time MJF was like, okay, I'll take you on. Like, we'll do a contract signing. This is what, because you can't go
There's
more.
nowhere else to go from here. I thought he
That's the
might say
top.
like you're gonna have like a handicap match or something, but like
Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless it's Big Show.
true,
I,
true.
I
Yeah, they got
mean,
Big Show under contract. They could pull
yeah,
something.
take a big show, but I mean, no, I don't see you going bigger than that. It stopped at Morrissey, who, by the way, he power bombed him once, and I like
Yeah,
the way Tony Schiavone or was it Excalibur that tried to turn it around by saying, "And it only took one,"
yeah. It only took one. Yeah, like yeah,
and I was in the
saving it
living
kind
room
of.
and I said, "It's because he can only lift him once."
Yeah.
Like that's more of the fact. He was blown out after that power bomb. He was purple,
Oh,
like
for sure.
you, So yeah, but I like the security guard scuffle at the end. That was cool. Beating up
Yeah.
the security guards. You
No,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
he definitely destroyed a bunch of security guards. He did.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. So more Morrissey. Hopefully we see more of him.